We live in a world that never stops moving. We are constantly rushing from one thing to another, trying to keep up with the pace of life. Being busy has become the default, the measure of success. Life feels like a huge competition. If you stop, you fall behind. Society tells us that speed and productivity are the most important measures of success. Being busy is praised, and if we are not doing enough, we are often seen as wasting our lives, judged for being unproductive. Everywhere we look, others are hustling and achieving more, which reinforces the pressure to keep up. Especially here in Singapore where I live, everything seems so optimized for efficiency. The pace of the city is relentless, long work hours, constant expectations to perform under a stressful education system, and a culture that celebrates achievement above all else. There's always so much to do, and rest truly feels like a luxury that few of us can afford. And even when we do get some free time, we are bombarded with text messages, emails, and notifications. The internet gives us instant access to anything at any time, which I feel is both a blessing and a curse. On one hand, we have the opportunity to find information instantly or learn a new skill. But on the other hand, this has quietly filled up our free time with obligations that we never asked for. As a result, I started feeling like every moment had to be utilized fully. If I wasn't improving myself in some way, I would feel guilty for wasting time. To make the most out of my time, I would work while having my meals, watch YouTube videos while exercising, and even listening to podcasts while I try to fall asleep. Okay, now seriously? It came to a point where trying to fit so many activities into my schedule was just making me feel worse. I was constantly rushing through life, and everything started to blur together. Days passed by quickly, but I never felt like I lived through each of them. I was always thinking about the future, the next task, the next goal, the next big thing to achieve. Even when I was physically present, mentally I was somewhere else. And it's no wonder why, despite being busy all the time, so many of us feel unfulfilled, disconnected not just from others, but from ourselves. If life kept moving so fast, how do we get the most out of it? This was the exact question I asked myself, and it wasn't until I changed my perspective on time that I started to notice a shift in my life. Everyone has the same 24 hours in a day. Time in itself is fixed, but the way we experience things can change depending on how much attention we place onto doing things. When we try to do too much, our experience of time starts to feel compressed. After all, our attention is limited, and it's impossible to be truly present when our minds are scattered across a million different tasks and distractions. By slowing down and doing less, we give ourselves the chance to fully engage with each moment, simply focusing on one thing at a time, whether it's work, a hobby, or even a simple daily routine. It allows us to savor each experience. Even the moments that once felt ordinary start to feel fuller and richer. Doing less creates space. Space for reflection, space to not just reconnect with ourselves, but also with the people that matter the most. Slowing down didn't mean falling behind. If anything, it allowed me to fully arrive in the present moment. We're so used to keeping busy to convince ourselves we are enough. But maybe the reason life feels empty isn't because we aren't doing enough, but because we're doing too much. Only by slowing down can we finally make space for all the experiences the world has to offer. By giving ourselves permission to pause and be truly present in the moment, we start to experience life as it was meant to be.